What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. NBA All-Star Weekend this past weekend was abysmal. It was horrible. Was watching it, the game was just, the NBA All-Star game itself was unwatchable. And it's been like that for me for the past few years. I'm going to be honest with you. No defense, just really like layup line stuff. I can't watch it. The question is LeBron James responsible for the downfall of the NBA All-Star Weekend? Because it's a lot of people like, yo, this is LeBron's fault. He got all this stuff the way it is. Kobe Bryant was around. He would have had it more competitive. So let me be fair. Yes and no for certain parts of that. I do believe that LeBron James not participating in the NBA dunk contest has affected the way the younger generation views the dunk contest. When I was a kid, I'm 31 years old. When I was a kid, like the dunk contest was an event where a star took his catapult into superstardom. That's where a young budding star took his catapult, like he catapulted into superstardom after the dunk contest. That was the signature moment for an up-and-coming player, right? LeBron James never participated in the dunk contest. Why? I believe that LeBron James did not think he would win the dunk contest. I don't think he thought he would win. Yes, he participated in the McDonald's dunk contest, but LeBron was just so popular and he was jumping higher than everybody. It was a given. In NBA, I think like LeBron has never been a creative dunker at all. He's always been a power dunker. He dunks well with contact, through contact. A lot of his dunks, outside of jumping over John Lucas III, a lot of his best dunks have been dunks on people or just flying through midair, just catching a lob or something. He's not creative. And I think he always thought about how his dunks would translate in a contest where it's not on somebody and stuff. And I don't think he ever thought he had a good chance of winning for real. And I think he did think about, hey, if I lose this, damn, will it affect my brand, especially in his younger years? And I don't think he wanted to participate because he just didn't think he would win. Because let's face it, in the NBA, there are way more creative dunkers than LeBron James. It is. For Vince Carter, we've seen Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine. It's a lot of young kids who are just way more creative at the dunks that they do than LeBron. He was a power dunker, and I think he felt like, I don't know if I would win. So now, I believe after LeBron did not participate, it was not an expectation for the younger stars to do it, right? Ja Morant, Zion Williamson, these other guys. Even my boy Derrick Rose, D Rose from Chicago, Pooh never participated in a dunk contest because he himself said, I'm not a creative dunker. I'm a guy that dunks through contact. I have a lot of hang time. I can jump high, but I'm not creative with my dunk. So he didn't think he had a good chance of winning either. But anyway, I believe that LeBron James not participating made the younger stars feel like, well, I don't got to do this to be a star. I don't have to do this to have this signature moment. Before then, you had Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins. I watched the Vince Carter dunk contest live. That took Vince to another realm. He was already hot, but that dunk contest he put on took him to another realm. That 2000 dunk contest, I watched it with my brother, right? Kobe participated in 1-1, but I'm gonna be for real. Kobe's dunks was trash in there. That was a really weak dunk contest. He won, but it was weak. But he did participate though. He did participate, but them dunks was terrible that year. That whole dunk contest was horrible. But what I'm saying is that a lot of the other stars, Kobe still participated. And it still kept that tradition alive that the next budding stars have to participate. When LeBron didn't do it, the other guys didn't feel like it was a need to do that. And so they took a back seat. You never even seen a lot of these other guys. Like Dwight Howard did it. Blake Griffin did it. But it was a lot of, I feel like it was some guys that just never participated in it. That guys who have been known or looked at as high flyers. And I think they felt like they didn't have to do it because, hey, Bron didn't do it and shit. Look at him. He's still revered. He's still looked at as an all-time great, a pantheon great, an all-time legend. It never affected LeBron's legacy, him not participating. So they looked at that and said, well, shit, I can do what Bron did and not participate. So I do believe that LeBron not participating in the dunk contest encouraged the younger crowd not to do it. Now, when it comes to the game, I don't think that's on LeBron James. They feel like, oh, LeBron's lack of competitiveness. Listen, bro. LeBron always been competitive dude. Outside of that series, you can say, oh, when he found out that allegedly about the situation with Delonte West and all that, he started to feel demoralized in that instance. He always been competitive. Has he fallen short? Yes. But he's always been competitive. You see that when he lost Kyrie Irving and Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love, and their first time they went to the finals in Cleveland, and he could have mailed it in. They won 2 games with Matthew Dellavedova being the second best player on the basketball team, while LeBron was defending, while they were playing 2 of the greatest shooters to ever live, right? He always been competitive. So that ain't on LeBron. I think the way of the league now is players are afraid to get hurt in these all-star games. They don't want to get hurt, so they're not going to give their all, right? Defense has not been it's not been a staple of the NBA for a while. When LeBron came in, it was a staple of the league, and he was a goon from day one. LeBron ain't never been great. He's never not been great. From day one to now, he's been great. You know, he's played through all the eras, through all the tough-ass dudes, all the great defenses. He played the Pistons. He played Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant. He played Tracy McGrady. All the dudes everybody loved to brag about and put over him, he played them outside of Michael Jordan. He played all them dudes. All them dudes people praise. He played Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili. He played Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, all of them through all these eras, and gave everybody that shit, gave them their work. But as of lately, in the last, I want to say, really in the last like 6 years, 7 years, there's been a downturn of defense being played. Especially in the last 3, like the last 4 years particularly, like the scores have become outrageous. And I think it's because the NBA has been shifted toward, the gears have been shifted towards more scoring because it's more, they felt like it was more marketable for the league to see people putting up all these different points. But that ain't on LeBron. That is what I think Adam Silver and you know, the league wanted. They thought that was for the betterment of the game. And I think now they're seeing that has backfired. They're seeing the negative results of that. Now you got players, because you're not emphasizing defense during the regular season, they don't want to play defense during the All-Star game. Right? They like, yo, we don't, I mean, what? We ain't really doing it like that in the regular season game. What makes you think we're going to do it in a game that doesn't count for anything outside of entertaining fans? And I think what's been missing is the fact that the players don't feel like they have a responsibility to the fans, that they don't really feel like they used to. I think that can be triggered back to Greg Popovich, of all people. Y'all can point the finger at LeBron James. Greg Popovich started the load management thing, right? And in fact, majority of the time LeBron has not played in recent years has been due to injury. For the most part, yeah. So, and people, oh, he faking, dude, old now. So he gonna get more injured as, you know, you get older. But yeah, Greg Popovich initiated the whole load management situation. And that caused a lot of people not to like Greg Popovich because they felt like it was a lack of respect for fans. They coming to see Tony Parker, Manu, Kawhi Leonard, Tim Duncan, and Pop was sitting these guys at the end of the season. Clearly. They would get fined. Pop did not care. He kept doing it. And so that was a trickle-down effect to other teams. Then even if you want to say LeBron, the Los Angeles Clippers have been doing that more than anybody. Sitting dudes out, resting them. Kawhi was looking for that to be as an incentive in his contract where he could sit out or some shit. He was wanting to be low man. He was advocating for that. Kawhi Leonard was. They sitting guys out there. The Clippers have been the main poster boys for load management for the past few years. So that ain't on LeBron. Started with Greg Popovich, and then it led down to the Clippers. And everybody looking for the Clippers to win because they are the they were, when Kawhi first got to the Clippers, he was looked at as the antithesis of LeBron, the arch nemesis or the future of the NBA. And so they were trying to figure out a way to push LeBron, the old guard, out and hand the baton to Kawhi. Kawhi, it was too hot for Kawhi hands. He kept dropping that motherfucker. Okay? And people were pissed off, like, damn, Kawhi, we tried to give it to you. We tired of LeBron ass. Give it to Kawhi. Kawhi could never do it. And so now you got people forgetting those times when Kawhi was low managing and they was losing and shit and all that. And now they're like, oh, because now it's popular to hate LeBron James, everybody acting like Kawhi and the Clippers are the best thing going for the league. When they haven't been the best thing for years. They've been one of the worst things for the league for the past few seasons. Let's be for real. They have. They have. They've been one of the worst things for the league. You know, and so now because LeBron is popular to hate, people want to push that to the back of their mind because they're rooting for Kawhi and them to be the other team in LA to win and say, aha, I'm glad LeBron's Lakers didn't win. You know what I mean? So that's what's going on right now, man. But LeBron ain't responsible for the lack of defense being played in the league. He's not. He's always been a competitive dude, despite what people want to point at. Because if you want to point at LeBron's, oh, he wasn't competitive this night, I can point at Kobe Bryant. Kobe stopped shooting because he got mad. The reporter said he was gunning against the Phoenix Suns in that series. Then he lost a 3-1 lead. You know what I mean? You can point at other players who have looked defeated or given up in certain series where they weren't like, they just laid down in series. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that part of it, I can see people saying, hey, LeBron responsible for the downturn in the dunk contest, even though I feel like there's only so many dunks you can do in the dunk contest. Like, after a while, unless you got some, like, supernatural athletes that's going to be doing some shit you ain't never seen, it's going to get repetitive, it's going to get boring because we've seen some of the most interesting things we could ever see. Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon brought the dunk contest back in a way that I never thought it would be brought back when they had that crazy back and forth that they did in, what, 2016, I believe? Was it 2016? 27? Was it 2016? 2016, right? They put on outstanding performance, and Aaron Gordon followed it up with another performance the year after he got robbed. I believe that year he didn't win too. But yeah, I can see people saying, oh, LeBron maybe he discouraged other young top talent from performing, but he ain't responsible for the All-Star game being trash. That's on the league and Greg Popovich and the load management situation and not